This week marks the end of an era. The final installment in the Harry Potter movie franchise will be released. As the final book came out a few years ago, fans already know how the story will end, but the final movie still offers emotional closure for some. So before we send Harry off, let's take a look at the story's origin and its impact on culture. J.K. Rowling came up with the idea of Harry Potter while she was jobless, living in tenement housing and supporting her daughter on welfare. The idea of an orphaned boy who discovers he's a wizard came to her on a train ride, and she began to write the first book immediately. The story initially focused on Harry's life at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, but the death of Rowling's mother as she was writing the story brought a change to the plot and tone. The focus shifted more towards the murder of Harry's parents at the hands of the Dark Lord Voldemort. The story became about the enduring power of love in the face of death. The first Harry Potter book was praised for its accessibility to both children and adults. It had a clear style, a riveting story, and surprisingly deep themes. The books examine issues like racism, free will, and political corruption. But according to Rowling, the book's primary theme is death. My books are largely about death. They open with the death of Harry's parents, there is Voldemort's obsession with conquering death, and his quest for immortality at any price. So I understand why Voldemort wants to conquer death. We're all frightened of it. You may think that such heavy themes wouldn't be appropriate for children, and you wouldn't be alone. But Rowling's resolve to treat her young readers with dignity and respect likely contributed to Harry Potter becoming one of the most influential and lucrative book franchises of all time. Let's review. In 1998, Scholastic bid an unprecedented $105,000 for the American publishing rights to Harry Potter. In the early 2000s, Harry Potter was attributed to an uptick in young adult reading by the National Endowment for the Arts. In 2007, the final book, The Deathly Hallows, sold a record-breaking 15 million copies in one day. In 2008, J.K. Rowling became the first billionaire author. In 2010, the penultimate movie, The Deathly Hallows Part 1, broke box office records by making $330 million in its opening weekend. In 2011, Rowling announced Pottermore, an innovative online bookstore that will exclusively sell Harry Potter ebooks in an open format. Analysts speculate the power of the brand could force Amazon to open its Kindle to books purchased from third-party stores. On July 7th, J.K. Rowling appeared with the Harry Potter movie stars at the premiere of The Deathly Hallows Part 2 in London. Before the movie began, she gave her fans these parting words. No story lives unless someone wants to listen. The stories we love best do live with us forever. Whether you come back by page or by the big screen, Hogwarts will always be there to welcome you home. Rowling certainly had a story to tell, and she definitely found an audience that wanted to listen. While some critics say that the book's phenomenal popularity is undeserved by its literary quality, many people predict the books will be fondly remembered as classics. Chief among the supporters of Rowling's work is Stephen King, who said that Harry Potter, quote, will indeed stand time's test and wind up on a shelf where only the best are kept. I think Harry will take his place with Alice, Huck, Frodo and Dorothy, and this is one series not just for the decade, but for the ages. End quote.